warm welcome to Wisdom from North. I'm Jannica, and today I'm in Ubud at the Bali Spirit Festival. And next to me here, I have Christabel Zamor. Hello, Christabel. How are you doing?
I'm really good, Jannica. Excited to be here.
Are you enjoying the festival?
I'm loving the festival. It's the only festival I know of that has so much breath work. And as you know, I'm super passionate about that. So
yeah, and I mean, you seem so versatile. You have this ecstatic breathing practice called Breath of Bliss, and then you're also a hoop dancer. Because I found you online. I was, I'm a YouTuber, so I love YouTube, and I was searching for you, and I found this commercial, and you were so brilliant at hooping, like hoop dancing, and I thought that was so fascinating. And then I read an interview about you, and you said that actually hoop dancing transformed your life.
It did change my life.
Yeah.
I'm into transformative practices all around, and I think hooping was my entry point because it was so approachable. You know, you would think it's just a child's toy. But in my company, which it started 12 years ago for that, we took it to a whole new level of dance and ecstatic movement and therapeutic release. And I ended up creating, like 6 instructional DVDs. I trained over 700 people around the world in my teacher training program, performed all around the world. We kind of took hooping from child's play to this full-on expressive arts therapy movement that swept the world.
So what is it about hooping that's so great? Because you said that before, or I don't know if you didn't have great confidence before or something, but you said in the interview that you really got more secure in yourself and you were ready to move out in the spotlight after hooping or hoop dancing.
Well, before I started hooping, I weighed a lot more. I mean, at my heaviest, I was 182, and I was smoking, and I had some worthiness issues and not knowing that I was good enough. And I might have been social to a certain point, but I always withdrew my energy, because of my own insecurity. And when I started hooping, it was such a powerful activating practice for the Shakti energy in my body,
Shakti energy?
Shakti. So Shakti is the raw, primal, feminine life force that we can channel through our body with breath, movement, and sound.
Okay.
And so this is the same thing I work with in the breath work now. We've just changed it so we don't need the hoop. Because the hoop is amazing, but not everyone on the planet wants to hoop. And so that's why I hung up my hoop and moved over to breath work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your breath work, Breath of Bliss. I mean, we all breathe, but is it that we need to learn how to breathe again or breathe a certain way? Or?
Well, first of all, everyone knows how to breathe, but sometimes we experience certain experiences in life that cause contractions, that cause resistance or crystallizations in the body where we hold painful beliefs or memories or traumatic experiences, things that have happened to us. Even the birth process itself can have some level of trauma in it. And so sometimes we start holding the breath to compensate, because the more we breathe, the more we liberate our emotional energy, and everything we've held inside comes out. So you'll notice for many people who have shallow breathing, when they start breathing with this practice, they open, and everything that they've just been suppressing or denying or withholding, it comes out. And it's so healthy. It's so healthy for the body, because holding those things trapped in the tissues and cells is not help us to thrive.
Should we get everything out? Is that a therapeutic to get everything out, or can we keep something down?
Well, here's the deal. It's not meant to be a cathartic release practice. There are some breath works that are all about that. They're like, yell at the top of your lungs and really let it go. And they're very almost masculine in that respect. But in Breath of Bliss, we advocate embracing what's there. So if you have anger in you that you have not taken the time to express, we encourage you to start making friends with your anger. So it's not just I'm going to get rid of my anger, I'm going to yell at it. And it's more wow, can you connect with a greater sense of compassion and presence in your heart, that you can give yourself permission to experience all your human emotions and to let go of the criticisms and the judgment and the pushing against what's there, so that you're softer and more supple and surrendered to life. And that's really what we want, is that supple, heart open state where we give permission to everything that's there.
And you work with leaders as well, work with leaders opening their hearts?
Yeah, we call the level 1 teacher training a heart-centered leadership training, because in the first part of our facilitator work, we really take our teachers on a journey of self-love. It's all about self-love, because if you have not confronted those parts of you that you most judge or resist or criticize in yourself, you can't hold the space for other people to do the same. So in the self-love journey, we go through a 6-day experience where on the first day you connect with Pachamama, and you have
Pachamama?
Mother Earth.
Mother Earth.
Mother
right.
Earth, and you just have all these breathing practices to saturate your body with radiance and life force. And on the next days, you move through emotions as a focus of a day, and then family, and then body, and then sexuality and relationships, and then your life is the last day. And each day you do 2 breathwork ceremonies, lots of life coaching, ecstatic dance, touch, sharing, and our wish is that you emerge from it feeling just more open to life, more relaxed in yourself, and willing to feel it all.
So how can people who cannot come to your courses, if you know what I mean, like how can they experience this transformation that you had and feeling this relaxation that you're speaking about and this openness to life without, going to a specific course?
Well, first of all, I do want to say that we all know how to do this way of breathing. Circular connected breath simply means expanding the inhale to maximum capacity all the way, and then immediately rolling it into a surrendered exhale. And so you start cycling the inhale to the exhale without a pause. And why don't you and I take a few breaths that way? You can see how it feels.
Love to.
And so while we breathe, if you were to continue doing that, or if your watchers were to continue doing that, we would start bringing awareness to your body, and we would have you start wondering, like, well, what parts of me can fully receive and expand that breath? Is my back body available to receive the breath? Is the breath mostly in my heart or my belly? We would start guiding you through this sort of internal awareness of where you're breathing and where you're not, and just staying in that breath. And this is something you can do at home. You don't have to come to a class.
Right.
And I created my new CD actually so you can have a home practice.
Oh, I love the title.
Yes, I Am Love. And it's an incredible shamanic, heart-opening breath journey. Really designed for someone with no experience, and with an incredible soundtrack that I created with music producer Ben Last. Okay. And yeah, it's a progressive, heart-opening experience for those who don't always feel like I am love.
We don't always feel like that.
I don't always feel like love. I have challenges in my life. I'm human, you know. And so I made this almost as my own medicine, so I have a practice that I can use to remember. When I fall out of alignment, I can remember.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about shamanic. You mentioned shamanism. Like, are you including other indigenous practices in your work?
Well, Breath of Bliss, really, it's a ceremony.
Okay.
And it's a ceremony that has sort of a template with several specific parts, and that's what we train our facilitators to hold space for. And so in our ceremony, it starts with an eye-gazing segment, and then it goes from there into a dharma share and then ecstatic dance, and a heart-opening experience with one person in the group, some healing touch, and then lying down for the hour-long circular connected breath.
Wow.
And the most shamanic elements are in that journey when they're lying down, because we have music, we have sound healing, rattles. You know, they've been welcomed into a space that's probably been saged and smudged, and you know, we call forth their guides. The space is beautifully protected by sacred energies, and there's a gorgeous altar, and there's really just a sense of beauty and the sacred.
I love that we can mix, you know, different traditions together. That is not this or that, and I feel that in this festival that it's open to anything, and that I can connect with, you know, the way I want to connect, and it's just all interconnected. It's not like one school, I feel like, and I really appreciate that. So how did you get into this in the first place? Like your journey, what made you so passionate about, you know, helping people develop and grow yourself?
Well, I think after I hung up my hoop, I decided to go into life coaching. And so I was really interested in diving deeper into personal transformation and growth. And I started leading women's retreats and co-ed intimacy experiences and going down that path, and that's when I became exposed to breath work. And I experienced it at a time when I was married and in this relationship the marriage just wasn't in alignment with who I was becoming. But
you were changing, probably.
I was changing so fast, and I didn't have the courage or the clarity to even articulate what was going on for me. And that's why the coaching, it kind of got my mind opening to an awareness of the emotions, but the breath work gave me the felt transformation, the embodied transformation of this awareness. And so I went to a breath work, and I remember the first time I was doing the practice, I had no idea what to expect. I was actually brought to this thing. I didn't even choose to go to this thing. And I had these incredible surges of love move through me, like
really?
Beyond human levels of love. Like, because the thing is, breathwork stimulates the pineal and pituitary glands of the body. So it stimulates dimethyltryptamine to micro drip into the body. So you have these expanded states of oneness and spiritual awakening.
Oh, that's amazing. I've never experienced that.
Yeah, it's profound.
Or actually, I have one time when I did a practice on the heart that I actually made a blog about in January, where I all of a sudden just expanded and expanded. But that's the only time I've experienced that.
Well, we have to have more of that for you. We'll give you my CD.
Yeah. So speak a little bit more about, you know, how what the breath does, like how it can put you into altered states.
Yeah. So when we hyperoxygenate the body, what happens is we start releasing toxins. We actually exhale up to 70% of the toxins in our body through the out breath. And so what happens when we start breathing in this very expanded way, and the body starts releasing, it's not just physical toxins, but emotional things, as I mentioned before, right? And so, you know, when you start getting in touch with maybe memories you've suppressed or emotions you haven't let yourself feel, all kinds of things happen, you know, tears may come, this expanded state of connection, you know, to everybody and everything. And it's a profound heart-opening practice where the sense of separation dissolves.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. So is there anything you want to share with us in the end that you want to share with the audience? Maybe some tips?
Wow. Well, I would invite all of you watching to stay in your breath and to know that your ancestors, probably if you go far back enough, had a trance-inducing, expansive, ecstatic breathing practice. If you go back in your lineage far enough, no matter where you are from the world, you probably have this in your lineage. So it's something available to all of us. It's not an exclusive thing. You have to go learn. And I would encourage you to find a Breath of Bliss practitioner near you or some other breathwork practitioner. There's so many different kinds. And really, at least once a week, experiment with an hour of circular connected breath, especially with loved ones. If you have somebody you have a challenge situation with and you do this practice, it can create incredible openings between the two of you.
How nice.
Yeah, and if you want a deeper dive, you can always come to my facilitator training or the retreats that I host. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and good luck with everything. You're doing a big workshop on Saturday here.
Yes.
Which is going to be huge.
Breath Fest.
Breath Fest.
Breath Fest, the first mobile, global, one-day pop-up breathwork festival.
Wow.
And this pilot one is the first, and then we'll be traveling the world with Breath Fest.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful trip.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Much light from Bali. Bye-bye.
Bye.